Hi, I'm Melanie from Parenting High Schoolers, and I hop on here every week to talk about parenting teens and navigating those murky waters. Today, though, I'm going to talk about not parenting teens, but how to take care of yourself. Because when you are parenting a teen, it is stressful. There are times when you will just want to throw your hands up in the air. There's times when you've got a splitting headache. There are times when you are so frustrated. That all balances, hopefully, the times that you are happy and that things are going well. But there are so many ups and downs with teens. Their hormones. Some of us have our hormones going on. And so I just want to talk to you today about being happy. I wore this shirt, Be Happy, and it sort of inspired this video that I'm going to do today real quick. So be happy. I want you to stop and I want you to think, are you happy? Like in general, overall, would you consider yourself happy right now? Because it is a choice. And that's what I tell my kids all the time. I teach school and I tell them all the time, it is a choice. But that is sort of, that's an easy way to describe what is a truth. Let's dive into this just a little bit. Are you happy? Or do you think you could do a few simple things to become more happy or to be a happier person? Okay, so if you feel like you could improve in this area, and these tips are good for your teenagers too, but really today I'm talking to the moms. Dads too, I mean, if you want to listen. But what changes could you make in your life right now that could make a difference? And I'm talking little things, because a lot of times little things are where it's at, where the whole system is breaking down. Like some tiny thing that is driving you crazy, where if you maybe just took care of it, made that phone call or checked that thing off your list, your load would be lifted. So number one, are you taking time to take care of yourself? Are you taking care of you? Are you giving yourself a quiet time? So I have quiet time every morning. I do a devotion. I read my Bible. I pray. You might not, and that's okay. I mean, I'm not here to tell you what's right or wrong, but find something that is for you, to center you. Maybe it's 15 or 20 minutes of yoga. Maybe you pray to some other God besides mine. I don't know, but find that quiet time. Find that centering. I get my coffee. I light a candle. The house is quiet. I'm up before everyone else intentionally. I don't have to get up as early as I do. I just love that hour and a half to myself before anyone else is up. Do you have a hobby? Have you done a hobby for a long time? Are there things that you could be doing that you enjoy? Needlecraft, drawing, writing, any kind of a hobby that is a way for you to just sort of express yourself. That's awesome. And so if you haven't really done that lately, see if you can squeeze in a few minutes. Maybe not every day, but like once a week, set aside an hour to do something that you love. Exercise. This is my big downfall. I've gotten really bad about it. It's like every time I get on a roll, like right now, I'm recovering from a sinus infection and a flu shot. But, just take a walk, 15-minute walk. I mean, they say a minimum of 15 minutes. So put that in there. So again, I'm going to go back to that alone time. You really need to fill yourself before you can fill everybody else. Figure out how that's going to work for you. If it means 15 minutes earlier getting up, believe me, all of my friends would tell you, I cannot believe Melanie gets up an hour before her family, but I do, because that is important to me. And I tell you what, I look forward to my mornings so much now, and I would have never thought that when I first started doing it. Are you learning? Number two, are you learning? A way that you honestly can be happier is to learn something new, or just to put yourself out there. Maybe that means just reading a book, like a nonfiction book, and like something that you don't know about, or like actually the fictional book that I'm reading right now is about a time period that I'm super unfamiliar with in a country that I'm not familiar with. And it's based in part on fact. And so I'm learning as I'm enjoying myself, because I love to read. Don't go to the news for what you want to learn. Learn something else. The news will bring you down every single time. So I totally avoid that. And number three, what can you give up? This is something that I have been doing more and more of. We're getting ready to downsize, And at first I was like, oh, I can't get rid of this. And now I'm like, oh, take it away. You know, and I don't mean necessarily physical things. Like, what could you say no to? What could you not do? What is something that is taking up, what's a time suck in your life right now that you could boot out of your life? So think through, like, your job. Like, long story, but I had a job that I just hated, and it's out of my life, and I cannot tell you how happy I am now. Is there a relationship that's pulling you down? Is a friendship that's not working? Talk to that person that things aren't working. And if it's still not clicking, then, let it go. That's in my blog post, or not my blog post. That's in my newsletter this week, is let it go. I didn't watch Frozen. It's kind of annoying. I have all boys, and believe me, we watch princess movies, but Frozen just never, I don't know, we just didn't watch it. But that song, Let It Go, is kind of in my big mantra. And stuff, like I talked about, we're downsizing, we're getting rid of stuff, Goodwill, giving it away, a few things on eBay. What can you let go of? What can you give up time-wise, possession-wise, to lighten your load? And number 4 is put yourself on your priority list. See what you can change. Keep a journal. Keep track of your progress. Where are you starting now, today? And then maybe look back after a week. I bet you will, if you can make your goal to do one positive thing for yourself each week, at the end of a year, you'll have done 52 things, at least. To put yourself on that priority list and make sure you're learning, you're putting yourself first, you're giving yourself quiet time. And give yourself some grace, because being the mom of a teen or dad of a teen is hard. It's not easy. No one ever said it would be. We need to support each other, and these are just 4 of my tips for helping you to have a better day. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you next week.